Shri Nrusimha PanchAmrutha Stotram Shri Ramena Virachitam. Introduction. Adiyan will cover a beautiful eulogy attributed traditionally to Sri Ramachandra. This stotram is delectable to listen. Hence, it has been described as equivalent in Rasanai to the tasting of Panchamrutam, which is made up of many fruits, honey and sugar. The Devas, who enjoyed listening to the most delectable stuti, described it as Panchamrutam Anuttamam. The Devas felt that the experience of listening to this stuti composed by Sri Rama was unsurpassed, Anuttamam, in taste, better than any Panchamrutam made up of the usual ingredients. Hence, they described it as Panchamrutam Anuttamam or invincible Panchamrutam from the point of view of its taste to the ears. Sri Ramachandra with Saumitri stopped at Ahobilam on his southward trek towards Lanka to fulfill his avatara karyam. He worshipped Sri Narasimhan of Ahobilakshetram and received his blessings, and with the power of those blessings destroyed the evil Ravana and returned home victorious with his consort. Harivamsham, in the section on Seshadharmam, chapter 47, describes Sri Rama's sojourn at Ahobilam. The stotram composed by Sri Rama in front of Prahlada Varadan is known as Sri Nrusimha Panchamrutam. There are 5 slokas that Sri Rama used to offer his salutation to Bhagavan Narasimhan. Shri Lakshmi Nrusimhaya Namaha. Introductory slokam. Ahobilam Narasimham Gatva Ramah Pratapavan Namaskritva Shri Nrusimham Astaushit Kamalapatim. In this shlokam, Sri Narasimhan is described as Kamalapati or the consort of Mahalakshmi, who does not leave him even for a second. Hence, the Archamurti worshipped by Sri Rama could very well be Malolan or Lakshmi Narasimhan, who is the Aradhana Murti of Ahobila Mutt Jiyars today. The slokam indicates that Sri Rama prostrated first before the Lord of Ahobilam, Kaika Namaskaram, and then offered his Vachika salutation, Astaushit. The first line of this slokam states that the valorous Sri Rama Pratapavan made a deliberate journey to Ahobilam, Gatva, and offered his homage to Lord Narasimhan. Slokam 1. Govinda Keshava Janardana Vasudeva Vishvesha Vishva Madhusudhana Vishvarupa Shri Padmanabha Purushottama Pushkaraksha Narayana Achyuta Nrusimha Namo Namaste. This verse is a testament to the Madhura Vak of Sri Rama described by Hanuman in Sundarakanda Slokam section Satyavadhi Madhuravak Devo Vachaspatir Yatha, Sundarakandam 34.29. Hanuman describes Sri Rama to Sri Sita as the one with Madhuravak and as a competitor to Brihaspati, the Devaguru, in his meaning-laden speech Arthapushti. In this slokam, Sri Rama uses 12 namaskarams, if one counts the namam Narayana-Achyuta as one namam. These namas chosen by Dasharathi are the ones celebrated in Vishnu Sahasranamam. Rama chose these celebrated names to eulogize Narasimha Vapush Sriman Keshava Purushottamah. One can hear the echoes of Vishnu Sahasranamam again and again here. For instance, when Rama salutes Narasimhan as Padmanabhan, we hear the echo of the 6th verse of Vishnu Sahasranamam, Aprameyo Rishikeshav Padmanabho Amara Prabhu. When Rama addresses Bhagavan Narasimhan as Sri Padmanabhan, one is reminded of the Dwadasha Nama Panjara Stotra section saluting Padmanabhan. Hrid Padme Padmanabho me Sahasrarka Samah Prabha Sarvayudas Sarvashaktihi Sarvajñas Sarvatomukaha. Sri Rama reached Ahobilam to seek the blessings of the Lord, who used just his nails as a weapon, even though he is served by Sarvayudams and is the embodiment of Sarvashakti. Bhagavan Narasimhan gave the boon of his Sarvashakti to Rama to complete successfully his Avatara Karyam. Sri Rama's choice of the Namam Sri Padmanabha reminds one of the prefix Lakshmi, which goes before the name of the Lord of Ahobilam, Lakshmi Narasimhan. One is also reminded of the consort of the Archamurti of Thiruvananthapuram, Padmanabhan, revered as Hari Lakshmi. The 12 names Dwadasa Nama chosen by Rama to construct the golden cage house Panjaram for Bhagavan of Ahobilam are Govinda, 189th Nama, the protector of those who know the words; Keshava, 23rd, one who has lovely locks of hair, Pidari; Janardana, 128th Nama, the destroyer of persons who are antagonistic; Vasudeva, 334th Nama, he who pervades and sports; Vishvesha, close to the Nama 118, Om Vishvayonaye Namaha, Vishva, full in all aspects, first Namam of Vishnu Sahasranamam; Madhusudana, an epithet for Vishnu, and is also the name for honey bee. Rama's Sancharam as a Brahmaram around Bhagavan Narasimha can also be the reference. Vishvarupa, close to Nama 89, Om Vishvaretase Namaha, Sri Padmanabha, 48th Nama, one who has a lotus in his navel; Purushottama, 24th Nama; Pushkaraksha, 40th Nama, the lotus-eyed one; Narayanachyuta, Achyutananda Govinda Narayana Namostute. The remaining 4 slokams end with the line Tam Narasimham Sharanam Gatosmi or Tvam Nrusimham Satatam Natosmi. Bhagavan Shriyaf Patihi Sriman Narayanaha Bhaktanam Abhayam Karaha Dushta Nigraha Shishta Paripalana Kshamaha Sharanagata Vatsalaha Narayanachyuta Nrusimha Tubhyam Namo Namaha. I referred earlier to the splendid way in which Chakravarti Thirumahan used 12 names to seat Sri Malolan in his heart cage in the spirit of Dwadasha Nama Panjara Stuti. One of the unusual combinations of 2 namas into one name, Narayanachyuta, is a thought-provoking usage by Sri Rama. This is the 12th and the last nama of the first shlokam. The greatness of the name Narayana is celebrated as the elaboration of the first part of Pranavam. The various slokas of Naradiya Kalpam, Ashtakshara Brahma Vidya, reveal to us the greatness and the profound significance of Narayana Shabdam. It is part of Mula Mantram. Indeed, it is the most significant part of Mula Mantram. That is why it is considered as Taraka Poshaka, Bhogya Shabdam, as the resident of the golden cage of Ashtakshari. Further, the central doctrines of Sri Vaishnavas are the 3 Rahasyams, Ashtakshari, Dvayam and Charamaslokam. Our Acharyas and Sri Ramachandra's Acharya, sage Vasishta, have instructed us that one is born in Tirumantiram, grows in Dvayam and ends with Charamaslokam. All of them have at their core Sriman Narayanan. That is why sage Narada states that Narayana is Ashtakshara Swarupi. Vyaktam hi Bhagavan Devaha Sakshan Narayanaha Swayam Ashtakshara Swarupena Mukeshu Parivartatehe. It is very clear and unquestionable. Sriman Narayanan, the treasure house of the 6 gunas such as Jnanam, Bhalam, Aishwaryam, etc., roams in the faces of the reciter of Mula Mantram, made up of 8 aksharas. This is the glory of Narayana Parayana. Elsewhere, sage Narada reveals that he has taken refuge in the mantram celebrating Narayana Shabdam this way. Asinava Shayanava Tishtanto Yatra Kutrava Namo Narayanayeti Mantraika Sharanavayam. Meaning, whether we are seated, resting or standing, whether we are here or there, we have taken refuge in the mantram Namo Narayanaya. Sri Rama saluted Sri Lakshmi Narasimhan in the Vaidika Tantric way at Ahobilam through the invocation of the Narayana Shabdam in the very first slokam of his eulogy. The word Achyuta was attached by him to the Nama Narayana to salute Sri Narasimhan of Ahobilam as the Narayanachyutan. The Achyuta Namam is a reminder of Sriman Narayana ancient Tattvam stated in the Charama Slokam. He will not abandon anyone who truly surrenders to him and seeks refuge at his lotus feet. He is therefore Natha Satyan, true to those who bow before him. He is the protector of those who do Kaimkaryam to him, Kinkara Satyan. He never lets them down. He is the Sharanagata Satyan. Many millenniums later, Swamy Desikan composed 100 verses on the Achyutan of Thiruvahindrapuram and celebrated the Narayanachyuta Tattvam. One of the verses of this magnificent poem, Achyuta Shatakam of Swamy Desikan, sums up brilliantly and assertively the reasons behind the usage of this compound name, Narayanachyutan. Na khalu tava sadrishabhyadikaha natattvameva sarvaloka sharanyaha etavat jnanasaramiti jnatum tridashanathetara vichinta. O Devanayaka, O Achyuta, O Sharanagata Satya, there is no one in all the worlds who is equal to or superior to you. You are the sole protector of Sharanagatas. This is the essence of all Shastras. Research on and study Vichinta of all the Shastras is to arrive at this discovery. Shlokam 2. Deva samastah khalu yogi mukyah Gandharva vidyadara kinnarascha Yatpada moolam satatam namanti Tam Narasimham sharanam gatosmi. I have taken refuge, performed Sharanagati to that Narasimhan, whose lotus feet are constantly saluted indeed by all the Devas, Paramayogis, Gandharvas and Kinnaras. The use of the word Khalu in this shlokam by Sri Ramabhadra is very meaningful. The word Khalu is used in poetry to lay stress on the word by which it is preceded. Here, the preceding word is Samastaha. Sri Rama uses Khalu here to assert that all Devas, Paramayogis, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, and all who are not even listed are assembled at the lotus feet, Padamulam, and are offering their salutations. Khalu is used as a particle in syllogistic speech and means indeed, verily, certainly. Shlokam 3. Vedan samastan khalu shastra garban Vidya bhale kirtimatim cha lakshmim Yasya prasadat satatam labhante Tam Narasimham sharanam gatosmi. I have taken refuge, performed Sharanagati to that Narasimhan, by whose grace one obtains without fail the fruits of Brahma Vidya, elaborated in the Vedas and in heart of the Shastras. I have chosen that Narasimhan, who blesses one with Kirti and permanent wealth, as the means for my Sharanagati. Shlokam 4. Brahma Shivastvam Purushottamascha Narayanosau Marutam Patischa chandrarkavaivagnimarudganascha tvameva tam tvam satatam natosmi. This shlokam is the essence of the Vedic principle Uchishta or Utsishta Brahmam that reveals the Lord as the final reality or the one that exists as the undecaying self when all else is gone. He takes the form of all the gods of many attributes and functions. Sri Rama recognizes Sri Narasimha Bhagavan as indweller of Brahma, Shiva, Marudevas, Vayu, Moon, Sun, Agni, and every divine principle. Sri Rama says that he salutes that grandest of grand principles, Sri Narasimha, as Uchishta Brahmam and Adimurti, Moolam. This shlokam is of the essence of many passages of the Vedas. The echoes of this shlokam are heard in these illustrative Veda mantrams. Sarve asmin deva ekavruto bhavanti. Atharva Vedam 12.4.21, meaning the entire devas merge out and become one in him alone. Yajurvedam salutes the Supreme Lord as the one everlasting principle, even if he is saluted with different names. He alone is Agni, the same he is Aditya. The same one is known as Vayu and Chandrama. He again is the same one known as Shukra, Brahman, Apaha or Prajapati. You are the one known as Agni, King Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman or Amsa. You are the Dravinoda, giver of wealth, Deva, Savitri, Ratnadha, the store of gems, Bhaga, the effulgent, and Nrupati, the lord of men. You are the one whom seers call by various names such as Indra, Mitra, Varuna, Agni, Divya, Suparna, Garutman, Yama, and Matarishwan. Shlokam 5. Swapnepi nityam jagatam trayanam Shrashta cha hanta vibhura prameyah Trata tvamekas trividho vibhinnah Tam tvam Nrusimham satatam natosmi. I salute forever that Nrusimhan who creates, protects, and destroys the three worlds and their beings. He is indeed the Supreme Lord and matchless in attributes and glory. He is the Creator, Protector, and Destroyer in all states of existence and is divided in three forms to perform these functions for Lokakshemam and for his play. I salute that Parabrahmam, Sri Lakshmi Narasimhan of Ahobilam always. The rest of the verses of this stotram deal with Sri Rama's Aradhanam of Malolan, the celebration of that worship by the Devas through the showering of flowers, Pushpa Vrishti, and the acclamation of the assembled sages, and the Palashruti. These are the verses covering the above happenings at Ahobilam. Iti stutva Raghushreshtaha pujayamasa tam vibhum Pushpa vrishtif papatashu tasya devasya murdhani Sadhu sadviditam prochuhu deva rishi ganais saha Deva uchuhu Raghavena kritam stotram Panchamrutammanuttamam Patanti ye dvijavaraha Tesham swargastu shashvataha. Shri Nrusimha Panchamrutha Stotram Sampurnam.